Hello friends, and you did it. Yes, you did it. With the 10 likes, I've decided to upload another one of these videos. It wasn't going to happen. If I didn't get 10, it wouldn't happen. So yeah, congratulations for us all in the ether that we managed to get this back on track. I'm going to start off today with a question, because a couple of my subscribers, vicariously or not, basically told me when they're watching my videos, they like to watch them, like one of my friends likes to watch them just before he goes to bed. Another one watches them when he's PvPing. So the question I've got for you today, which means you leave it in the comments, right? You know, these is, where do you watch my videos? I'm not talking about watching other people's videos, or I'm talking about where do you watch my videos? Do you watch them in the toilet, which I know I do. I watch YouTube in the toilet. Do you watch them at work or whatever, your lunch hour? I'd like to hear from as many people as I can, because as I said to you before, I'm trying to make this series, Shooting the Breeze, to be an interactive one. It's a bit more fun, a little bit off the pace. Rather than PvPing every single day, I like to do these videos and make them a little bit fun. So yeah, that's my question. Where do you watch my videos? I'd love to hear down below. Okay, so this is episode 2 or volume 2. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet. Who knows? So many options. And we are in Western Plaguelands. Of course, I am on Navajo, my beautiful Brewmaster Monk. This is my talents. I don't know why I'm showing that. I'm only level 54. I'm literally just logged on exactly where I logged off. I didn't even get into an inn, so that was good. Didn't even get rested XP, so I've done well there, haven't I? Yeah, so we're here. Where are we? We're here by the Mender's Stead, and I'm just about to pick up these quests here, which I come across from the Argent Crusade. So we've got to obtain Plague Lurker samples, Venom Mist Lurker samples, Hulky Plague, but just samples really. Just say samples, mate. Kill 20 plagued wildlife. Okay, that's lovely coming from a Tauren. Lots of death. Ready to go. Who's this dude? Alright, mate. Remove 6 bad core. Okay. Alright. Oh, it's a Gilnean. I thought you talked like with an English accent then, and a really bad English accent, I might add. And I realised I thought you were a Tauren, but you thought, was Tauren speaking English? I don't know. Well, English as in what most people call the British accent, but we call an English accent because we have various dialects, but an English accent is an English accent. While I'm doing this today, I am going to talk about, because I think what I want to do with this series is, while I'm doing this, I mean, I had a bit of a it wasn't really a rant last episode, but oh well, this is fun, isn't it? Look at this, going around the lettuces, look, or whatever they're called. Slalom, right? I'm going to talk about my favourite YouTubers. Now, what I mean by that is, I'm not talking about other YouTubers that I watch that aren't. I'm going to take this off because it annoyed me last time. I don't know why I had that on, because it made me look really dark. You can't really see my character. What I'm going to talk about is Warcraft, other Warcraft YouTubers that I watch, specifically, rather than other YouTube channels I watch which have nothing to do with Warcraft. I do want to keep this well related, so that's what I'm going to do as we go through this. I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever it is, episode. And of course, we'll be doing the quests as we go. So let's get these unhealthy looking pumpcorns. What are pumpcorns, Zenzul? I don't know what a pumpcorn is. I'm funny with my Warcraft stuff that I watch, because I kind of I have a couple of friends that I like to watch, which I'll mention, of course, and I will leave a link to their channels at the end of this video. And they've also been very good supporters of my channel over the year, because it's what, in 4 days I would have been doing this a year, so I do want to give them a big shout out. And there's other people I do watch, and I'm kind of weird, because I kind of the things I like to watch are probably not what you think. I'm not into watching people like Swifty. I have watched Swifty videos. I thought Swifty was such a great advocate of supporting this game in its infancy and stuff like that. And but watching his videos now, for me, it's just not much fun. It's kind of we have a saying in England. I don't know whether you do around the world. It's called dialed in. And that's what I consider his stuff is to be a little bit dialed in now. It's kind of like, oh well, I've got to produce a video because I haven't produced one for a while. And the YouTube thing really isn't. I don't know. It's not. It's just not his main source of not income's not the right word, but enjoyment. You can kind of see it. I think when people enjoy making videos and want to make YouTube videos, you can kind of see the. What's this? Oh God! All right, mate, calm down. You can kind of see it in their eyes. I'm a big advocate of watching people's eyes when they're doing these videos, and I get like that sometimes when I'm doing mine, and I kind of think my heart doesn't really seem to be in this PG, which happens, you know. It's human nature. Sometimes you're just not feeling it, and I get that with certain classes I play. Usually when I'm on my warlock and getting annihilated by something or someone. Yeah, so what are we doing here then? Alright, we are doing this. And other people like Bajira, you know, I mean, Bajira, I think for his time was good, but again, it's all a bit dialed in now. It's all a bit, you know, and he has like 6 million healers with him and stuff like that, and I don't really see the fun in it. For me personally, obviously this is all my opinion, and you might agree, disagree. Let me know down below. That'd be great. But the ones I do enjoy, or I do tend to watch the most, are things like talking about Warcraft, i.e. Telius and Evitel. I quite like them. They're British as well, or well, she's American, but you think he's Welsh. And it's kind of British humour though, really, and it's yeah, they're all right. I don't agree with everything they say. I think they support the channel, they support the game a little bit too much and a little bit blinkered in my view with what goes on in Warcraft, and are kind of a little bit shilly, shilly, not silly. Probably a little bit silly as well, but that's all good. You know, they're very entertaining and they're doing very well for themselves, and you know, fair play to them. They've done remarkably well for their channel, and I can see why it's very successful with people. Probably another one that I watch is a guy called Hillsborough Babyface, which doesn't really do lore content, WoW content per se these days. It's a little bit clickbaity. It's so. I can stomach it sometimes when he does Warcraft ones, which sometimes I agree, but a lot of the time I disagree. And some of his views I agree on with regarding this game. The other stuff you can kind of keep it, which is not really Warcraft related, you know. But generally, it's okay. Okay, right. What do we need to do now? Let's go over here. So I kind of like those. They're all right. What else do I like? I like some PvP ones. I like what's his name? I quite like Arrow Assassin. Quite like his videos. What you got to understand about people like Para I quite like. I don't watch that much of his stuff now because I don't know. It never really changes much. But these guys, you know, when I compare, I don't try and compare myself to other YouTubers. I think that's quite dangerous. You do your own thing, and you know, there by the grace of God go I. But I find that, I mean, those guys, they play the game a lot, man. I mean, they play the game a lot, and I just don't. You know, I don't have that time to play them as much as they do. I mean, they're knocking out 2 videos a day, and I can't do that. I'm lucky if I can get 1 out a day, to be honest, and I have to try and stockpile videos. And you know, you might be watching. I might record this on a Monday, and I won't release it till the Thursday or Friday. You know, if I get a day off, I might have a few hours where I can do some PvP. Saying I'm like crying in my cornflakes about it, but you know, it just is what it is. But those guys, they play the game a lot, and they're pretty good players, and they're probably better than me without a shadow of doubt. But as I said, you know, it's not anything. What believers in life that if you put your mind to it, you can pretty much do anything you want to do, right? And I'm a big advocate of that. And if I wanted to and had the time, you know, I could get any of these characters really up to a relatively good standard. I'm not saying I'd be glad, you know, rank 1 or whatever, but I'd be able to, you know, really hold my own in these in RPGs or arena and stuff like that. If I really put my time and effort into one class or maybe 2 classes, then that's fine. But I like playing all the other classes, and it gives me enjoyment to do that. And obviously with my channel, I don't just want to be a. I could quite easily be an Affliction Warlock channel. Quite easily, you know, I could be like some of these people who just play this one class and get really, really good at it. I mean, I do play my Warlock a hell of a lot more than I'm playing now, so I must admit. But that's only because I know I can just pick it up and play it, right? I don't really need to think about what I'm doing. You know, I've got relatively good gear on it. And, you know, I can get in a BG and maybe if I'm really struggling to record one day, I know I could rely on going on my Warlock and probably have 2 BGs and get a decent one to record and play and release and for people to enjoy. Other people I quite like Tickle's stuff, his Shaman stuff. I quite enjoy that. I think he's quite good. He's done really well for himself. I kind of like his presentation and stuff. A lot of it to me is to do with the presentation as well. If I kind of like the person, then that's all good. There's quite a few YouTubers out there. I just think, oh, they're not really. The videos are not for me, right? I say this about my videos. My videos aren't for everyone. I appreciate that. You know, some people might not want to watch, you know, some 40-plus-year-old guy playing video games pretty averagely, which is what I do. You know, they might be into the, I don't know, herp derp stuff, you know, like swearing and shouting and sort of like talking in, even though he's English, talking in a language I don't understand. I have no idea what he's talking about. Oh, what's the matter with him? Alright, we've done that, have we? We can go now then. Right, let's go and do, let's carry on doing this. Who does Shadow Thieves videos, and I really don't know what he's talking about most of the time. Not to say, you know, again, he's doing his thing. I'm not slagging him off. I just don't. It's just not for me. It's not my thing. It's not my bag. It's not my thing, man. It's not my thing. You ain't no thing. Yeah, going on to a couple of my friends. I've got one of my friends called the Big Ginger. He might watch this. I don't know. In fact, I'm not going to say anything to him, right? And I'll know if you've watched it because he'll go, "Oh, you mentioned me," right? And I will put a link to his channel at the end of this video. And he started probably about a year before me, I think. And he kind of does the same sort of thing as me. He's kind of pretty laid back and just plays our randoms and stuff like that. But he kind of mains a shaman. And to be fair, he's done a lot better than me because I just can't get my head around Shaman 8.1. I really can't. I've tried. I find Ellie so clunky. I really do. I've found it clunky for the last couple of expansions, and again, it's maybe if I put some more time and effort into playing it, I could get better at it. But he's pretty good. He's all right, you know. He gets in there, gets a lot of kills and stuff like that. And again, it's not that kind of look at me, aren't I great kind of videos, which is what I do. It's just hopefully people enjoy it. And for that reason, I like his stuff, and he's been a big supporter of my channel. And if you do watch this, my friend, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. But you know, he always comments on my videos, probably more than I comment on his. I just haven't had the time lately. And, you know, he's got a family and stuff like that. He's got, you know, things going on, so it's not a case of like me. Again, we're very similar, and he's a German lad. I think his dad's English, but he lives in America, so I kind of worked that out. And he's, yeah, interesting guy. Like his commentary. Enjoy having him as a friend. And yeah, that's all good. So as I said, I'll put a link to that at the end of the video if you want to check that out. Another one of my friends, I like to call him a friend, is a guy called RB Genius. He's got again plays Shaman. Well, he doesn't actually. He's wussed out of Shaman, I think, now. He plays a Disc Priest, but he does RBGs. It does exactly say RB Genius is the name of his channel, and he's called WoWTubers. And again, he's been a big supporter of my stuff, and he's practically been around since day one. Really, I can remember him posting. I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks after I started this channel, and yeah, he's been a big supporter of mine, so I'd like to say thank you to him too. But check his stuff out, and he basically does RBGs, and I think it's on Laughing Skull in the EU, and they're pretty good to watch because I don't RBG, and as you probably know, I probably should. I'd like to, just for the channel really. What are we doing here then? Can we just kill these dudes? But yeah, he posts up. Again, only a small channel. I kind of like the small channels. I can just kill these. Well, I haven't got the exclamation mark above. Oh, you're so spoiled, Zenzul. You're so spoiled. Yeah, so he posts up RPGs and always good, entertaining, fun. And you can kind of hear the voice chat between the guys and stuff. So, you know, he's been doing that a long time. So you wanted to go and check that out. Again, I'll put that in the description at the end, RB Genius, and yeah, offer your support to him, and that'd be great. Tell him Zenzul sent you, and you know, he'll love you for it, sure. And yeah, so that's kind of the PvP ones. I like. See, the thing is with me, right, is that if you didn't know, there was an expansion. Actually, I'm not going that way. There was an expansion where I did nothing but make money. I Mists it was. I just couldn't get into Mists. I couldn't really PvP. I wasn't enjoying the PvP. And I was sick of being skint all the time. I mean, you know, you'd be seeing people running around with stuff, maybe transmogs or stuff like that. I just thought, you know what, I'm sick of being bloody skint and having no money in this game. And bear in mind that when did that come out? What, 6 years ago? So bear in mind, for about 8 years, I had no money. You know, in vanilla, no one had any money. But I never had any money. I never had any kind of backup for me to do anything within the game. I felt quite sort of isolated because I couldn't really do anything with the stuff I wanted. To do. You know, as I said, the PvP I wasn't enjoying, and so I decided. Okay, let's just add these in quickly. So I decided to make loads of money, and if you haven't seen, bring Zenkiti to the top of the hill and use him and summon. All right, okay. And this in. Got a new talent, have I? No. What's this? Fortifying brew. Turns your skin. Oh, okay. Not that I probably need that. Yeah, so like most things, I just jumped into it thinking, right, okay, I'm gonna make loads of money. And so that's what I decided to do. I decided to stop being poor, do something about it, stop complaining about it. Where do I need to go here then? Here. I'm ready, pal. Alright. Yeah, stop complaining about it and do something about it, right? So I've downloaded TSM, and like most things when I get into them, I kind of binge watched everything. I thought, right, you know, I started listening to podcasts and stuff. I started listening to podcasts and really hammering it, and that time it's kind of like when you can start earning some decent cash, right? And is that it? Come on then. Oh. So I decided to download TSM and I started to make some money, and I really did. I made I think 3 million in, I don't know, over the course of that expansion. I really can't remember the time frame of it, and so that was good. And I still want to go back to those days because I think down to about 1 million. I bought a spider, you know, the What's it called? Thingy spider. The Black Fang Weirdo. I bought that with that cost me 2.5 million quid, right? And so yeah, that was cool. And that was obviously the fruit of my labours, right? I thought, well, I'd like something to show for the fact I bought this, and you know, what's better to buy than the most expensive thing in the game, right? Which is what I did. Kind of regret it a little bit now. I wish I kept the money, but I probably will go back to. I don't know if that would be something interesting that you'd want to watch me going back to making my money and showing you how I do it and stuff like that. Are we done? Come on, pal, hurry up. But we'll see. Let me know in the comments if you'd like something you'd watch. I could probably go back to doing that, and it really isn't that hard to make money in this game anymore. But I'm on quite a big server, so I don't know. I've not actually. I did all that on a different server. I was on Defiance Brotherhood then, PvP server, and yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. And following on from that, for one of my favourite. This is where I'm going. I know I sound like Billy Connolly. You know, it takes so long to actually make my point. I kind of digress and talk about other things, but that's all good. That's why you like watching my videos, right? Yeah. So I like watching a guy called Samadan plays WoW, right? And what this guy does, he's an English chap, very softly spoken, but really nice guy. Really nice guy. You can tell he's a nice chappy. He's like a bit of a hippie bloke. And he basically he plays Warcraft on a potato, but he basically, you know, makes money on Warcraft and streams it. I think he's on Twitch. It's called Samadan plays well, and yeah, just really interesting chap. Like listening to talk, and I tell you what, it's one of those. It's answering my own question that I said at the beginning. When I get home from work, you know, lying in bed, I sit there and, you know, might watch his stream for a couple, and he uploads his stream to YouTube. Like, it's 2 hours long, right? So it's quite long, but it's relaxing to watch it because I quite like watching him play the game and making money and stuff like that. Mount a Half Glen Mustang and then use its winning ability. His winning ability. Oh god. Oh, I remember this place. This is like, I remember this place being Kill Rabid Foot. You used to have to put like a little barrel here, and there was termites or something. I remember this place. It's totally different now, but in those days, yeah. So he's really cool. I like watching his stuff. And what do we do? What do we do now? Oh, right, okay. And I'll just sit there and watch that for like half an hour and stuff like that. And obviously it's stuff that I could probably do. And, you know, I'm a little bit envious. You know, he doesn't stream every day, but he'll like do a weekend, and all of a sudden he's got like, I don't know, 200k sitting there, thinking, oh, geez, Zenz, you must get back to doing that. It's a good way to earn money, and I quite enjoyed that part of the game. You might not think that by sort of watching my videos, you know, I just PvP, etc, etc, but it's true. It really is true, and I do enjoy that part of the match, the game. Yeah. Let's see if we can pull this one here. Let's get 3 down. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy listening to him. Really, really cool. Just trying to think of anything else I do. I like watching Warcraft videos. It's like I tell you what else I quite like watching is Mad Season Snow. I quite like his stuff. Any of those old classic guys, Tips Out, I quite like. Where they just talk about classic and stuff. Obviously, it's a little bit dry on the ground old content at the moment because nothing's happening. But I think when classic hits, which I am indeed wanting to play, by the way. I don't know. I'm a little bit apprehensive about it because obviously it's a nostalgia thing. Still don't know what class I want to play. I will definitely play it because obviously I'm a vanilla player, and I just competitively, I don't know. But I just want to see the old lands again. I think I'll be quite happy just sticking around in Felwood, you know, killing wolves on my hunter, because that's what I remember doing. But we'll see. But I really don't know what class I want to play. I'm thinking, I think I spoke about this in one of my videos before. One thing I always regret doing, even though I was quite competitive at that time, I think I've got rank 10 on my priest, and I used to heal for people going rank 14. I just didn't have the time even then to do that, but I got to rank 10 on my shadow priest, or my priest as he were, and I got quite good as a healing priest, as a disc or holy, I think it was holy. And yeah, I used to help guys get to rank 14, certain people on my realm at the time, and I got rank 10. And one thing I always regret not doing, and I always remember this because I really wanted it, was to get anathema and benediction, and I regret it to this day that I never did it, and I'm so gutted. So I'm kind of thinking I'd love to get that done. I'd love to go in there and go to Molten Core, do the bits you need to do. And I think there's an Eye of Shadow and an Eye of something else you have to get. And basically that's what you need, 2 pieces, and then you have to go and do a quest up here actually, the Battlegrounds I think it was. And that gives you the once you do that quest, you can get the staff. And so if you don't know what anathema benediction is, it's basically a staff. So if you're playing holy, it's called benediction, and it's kind of like, you've probably seen priests around with it with like a yellow glow behind it, and it kind of looks nice. But anathema I loved. I'm just like, it's black and dark, and when you play shadow priest, it's got this lovely black glow after it. It just looks really cool. Where are these bloody foxes then? Yeah, really loved it, and that's one thing I'd like to do. But then I'm thinking, oh, I don't know if I want to play Shadow Priest again. It's a ball ache to do, and all that jazz, really. So I don't know. We'll see. Noel, where are these bloody foxes? Ah, here they are. Hello, hello, fox. Hello, Mr. Fox. But we'll see. Yeah. So. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, so some of those guys I like watching. Quite enjoy that sort of stuff. I like as I said, I like videos really that talk about it, Warcraft, more than actually, because I don't, you know, when I watch Warcraft stuff, it's usually when I'm not playing the game, right? So, you know, I don't know, I'm in my car or something like that, or you know, lunchtime, work, or something like that, you know. So it kind of fits in nicely. And yeah, well, that's that one. Right. Hand these bad boys. What? Is that all I've got? Bloody. Oh, okay. Red pine. Retrieve 10 piles of Northridge lumber. And gnolls. Obtain. Kill gnolls basically. And mount our fan Mustang and then use it to whinny. What? Okay. I'm not going to do that one. Let's go here where the gnolls are. Yeah, actually, do you know what? I'm going to call it a day here. That's half an hour long. I don't want to make them too long so people get really sick and bored of hearing my voice. So I will leave it there. So I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to answer my question. That would be really, really cool. Which I asked at the beginning. Love to hear what you got to say. And thank you everyone for supporting my channel. Just got up to 700 subscribers. I think it was just over a month ago. I did my 500 subscriber video, and within 30 days I've got another 200 subs. So madness, madness, they call it madness. So thank you very much to all the new people who have, and don't forget to retain this series we need 10 likes. If I don't get 10 likes, then I'll stop doing the series. That's as simple as that. If people aren't watching it, I'm not going to do it, because obviously I could be doing other things. i.e. PvP and stuff like that. And I enjoy doing it, but obviously it's got to be worthwhile and for people to enjoy it and interact. As I said, it's an interact. I want to try and get it as interactive as possible. Where we can talk about other things aren't PvP. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to click the little bell and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And yeah, leave a thumbs up. I want 10 likes. Take care. Bye bye.